Well, hello everybody. Happy Sunday. This is Wade. Hope it finds you well. I am reporting to you this Sunday. Today is the 3rd of May. It's been an interesting week this last week. I've gotten over most of the part of my illness. Thank goodness it's not swine flu or Mexican flu or H1N1 or whatever the heck they're calling it these days. So I hope this finds you healthy and taking good care of yourself. I traveled this last week to the UK. I was there on, Monday night I left via ferry and then was there Tuesday, Wednesday. Stayed over on Thursday. Originally I thought I would come back. That's Queen's Day, but I decided to stay over and finish up some work there. So got in on Friday, enjoyed a barbecue with our colleagues at the office. And then I say barbecue, it was hamburgers on the grill, but still, really nice way to spend lunch. Friday, May the 1st, was May Day here in Europe. That's kind of like a Labor Day holiday for a lot of people, but we in the Netherlands and those in the UK decided to celebrate it by working, so go figure. This weekend, just taking it easy really. Did a few errands yesterday in the city and just, sitting back and talking to you right now. So what was interesting in the news this last week for me, I guess it starts out with last weekend's Herald Tribune here. Kind of an interesting thing up on the top left, a tech boost shakes up Formula One, kind of an interesting there. I don't know how many of you follow Formula One. I do, and the KERS system, that's K-E-R-S, I think it's Kinetic Energy Recovery System, is a new technology, and not so new, at least, this is one time when the technology that's being put in our cars is first, like the Toyota Prius, where the braking energy actually is used to store energy and then it's reused on the track. So really kind of cool how technology from F1 is influencing what we see on our roads and in the developments there and vice versa. So that's kind of cool. The other thing that I looked at, and you heard it here first, this is a report about Michelle Obama. Excuse the smudge on the paper there, but a First Lady with stylish entry to power. You heard it from me earlier reporting about how a part of her image is projecting her power and her style. So that's really cool. And then I thought this was interesting. Safety in cows. Well, the French apparently are investing in their cows. So amid this gloom, they're betting on natural growth, which is obviously the growth of the cows. It says here that cows make a safe, secure, and environmentally responsible investment. This is for one guy here, and he says that the cow contracts are hardly new. They go back to Richard the Lionheart, and the English word capital is derived from the French word for livestock, cheptel. So that's really interesting. The more things change, the more they stay the same. We always need to be able to go back to tried and true and tested means, and so that was kind of neat. What else I'm looking at? Well, in the papers. Well, obviously the swine flu, Mexican flu, whatever you're gonna name it. There, touch wood. I don't have it. Sorry, I'm knocking pins around over here. And then for the rest, I was looking at this. Now, last week I reported about the iPod. China is unfortunately specializing in copying them. They can create an iPod for about, well, it's not really an iPod. It's a knockoff. I mean. And it's got lots of problems with it. It's basically a black product. It says here that these phone knockoffs cost obviously a lot less. I think here it says $39.56 to produce. So obviously there's a profit margin on it. And there's this one guy here that's quoting about it. He says, "I saw iPhone pictures on the web. It's so cool," says Yang Guibin, 30, an office worker from Chongqing. "But it costs over $500, too expensive, so I decided to buy a Shanghai iPhone." That Shanghai is basically the black iPhone, the copy iPhone. "I bought it in a digital market here. It looked exactly like the iPhone." Well, the only bad side of that is, of course, if the battery explodes. Here it says a few weeks ago, a 45-year-old man in South China was severely burned when his phone exploded in his shirt pocket, according to the state-run news media. And the Chinese government is doing some work to try to get them to stop doing these things, but at the same time, some of the Chinese feel like they're being really innovative and things like this, but I definitely don't agree with copying technology. When we lose the opportunity to protect our ideas, that's what copyrights are all about, then we're starting to lose kind of a sense of what value really is and how we share value. Copyrights do expire ultimately, but there's a lot of cost and energy that goes into getting a product developed and out to market, and if investors can't recoup those initial costs, then it's real hard for people to justify investments. Okay, I'm not going to go further into that, so we'll leave that where it is. Last thing I wanted to cover today, really interesting thing, I'm involved in the paper recycling industry, and a lot of times people talk about the 3 R's. That's reduce, that it means reduce the waste that you create, reuse what waste you do have, like if you go to the grocery store and you get a plastic carrier bag, then reuse it in the future. And then finally recycle, that's the last step in the hierarchy, which is to put your materials out for recycling so that they can be recovered and then remade into new products. Well, that makes really good sense. But I want to focus on the first R, which is to reduce. I asked Tapani to get some toothpaste for me at the grocery store, and he came back. Thank you very much, by the way, Tapani. He came back with this. Now this is a metal can with a plastic top. So it's got as well a plastic, I don't know what you call that, button, and then I'm sure there's a plastic tube that goes down here. Now when you look at this packaging, I want you to compare it to what I had beforehand. That's this. Well, let me turn it around. This. Now here in Europe, this packaging does not come with paper on the outside. This is exactly the way you see it on the shelf. And that's really good because it doesn't take a lot to go into it. You can see that I've used up just about all of the product, and now it's ready to go in the bin for recycling. But this one here, all you have to do is imagine what is this going to look like in a landfill in about 50 years. And I guarantee you that pretty much all of this is going to be in the land exactly the way you see it, taking up a lot of space. Look how much space this takes up. Let's say even if this goes into the landfill, it takes up a lot less space. So I'm sure some of these, parts of these are recyclable. This has the grüne Punkt, which is the German symbol for recyclable on here, but you need to think about, well, what happens in the worst case scenario, that this ends up in the landfill? What's going to be more damaging to the environment? And think about your choices in terms of the packaging that they come in. So next time I'm probably not going to get this one, but at any rate, still going to brush my teeth. That's it for this musing. I want to go ahead and get over to the video side of it. I got a lot of cool stuff to share with you. Have a great week. Take care, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm actually first one off this time, which is kind of cool.